Well, hello. It's been a long time since I've done a live on this particular channel, but I want to talk about a few things in regards to e-bikes. I'm not sure if anyone is going to come in and listen, but I will decide if I want to replay this live stream publicly. So many of those who are e-bike owners, better yet, Aniioki e-bike owners, can get a better understanding of the Aniioki brand as well as e-bikes in general. I want to give you a heads up. I've been riding e-bikes since the inception of e-bikes. In fact, when e-bikes hit the market, they were very heavy and cumbersome at that time. And one of the things that I notice about e-bikes over the years is the technology has gotten better. Now, e-bikes are categorized depending on which part of the e-bike we're talking about. For number one, you have front hub motors, you have rear hub motors. These are geared hub motors. And then you have direct drive motors. You also have mid-drive motors. Now, each motor gives you a different type of feel on the bike. So you got to get a different experience, a different type of ride. Some with noise, some with less noise, like the direct drive motors. Now, one of the things about e-bike motors is that there is some services that you need to perform in order to keep your bike up to par. One of those services when it comes to geared hub motors is making sure you re-grease the motor every so often. Some manufacturers may call for re-greasing your motor after 100 miles, then 500 miles, and then 1,000 miles, and very soon they're out there and keeping that up consistently. I would suggest that when you get your e-bike motor, most of these motors don't come with a lot of grease. And I don't care what manufacturer you're dealing with. I've dealt with plenty of them. So I will tell you this. When it comes to e-bike motors, you want to make sure that you re-grease the hub motors, both front and rear, if you got dual motors. If you just got a single, then that's not a problem. Less work for you, right? Re-grease the motor within 100 miles once after you've broken it in a little bit. And then from that point, you can re-grease it every 1,000 miles, okay? Now, on the other hand, there is some other maintenance that you need to perform because a lot of these bikes now come with a different type of braking system, especially the top reservoir. Okay, where the reservoir is literally sitting on the handlebars on both right and left. And a lot of people don't necessarily know how to bleed that. And those are really self-bleeding. I have a video here on my channel that shows you exactly how to do that. So there's a lot of people who have problems with their Aniioki. That's what I want to get into. Now, once again, Aniioki did send me out the 2025 A9. However, before I received the 2025 A9, I had already purchased the 2024 A8. So this is not an advertisement. This is not to put Aniioki on a pedestal up here. This is literally to help those who need more general information when it comes to taking care of their bikes and how to contact Aniioki and not become frustrated in the process. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so first of all, my name is Elder, better known as Martin. Regardless of which Aniioki model you have, you need to make sure that, like anything, you may encounter some hiccups. If you encounter some sort of mechanical hiccup and you're within your 1-year warranty, and some of the parts on your bike may have a lesser or more longer warranty, you need to check out your manual and look for yourself. Keep track of that. If you encounter a mechanical issue, there's two ways to contact Aniioki: email and through their WhatsApp. The third way I didn't mention is Facebook. They have a Facebook group where Aniioki is there, and you can contact them too. I want you to be patient when you contact Aniioki. First and foremost, remember, these are other countries, so you're dealing with different time zones, okay? And when you're dealing with different time zones, things have to go through a chain of command, especially if there's a part that needs to be under warranty and need to be sent out to the customer. So they're going to ask you to do videos, show photos. This is part of their, what I call, what's the word I'm looking for? This is part of their checks and balances. So they get all that information and then they say, okay, my team said do this, my team say do that. Once you try those things on your bike and send them the videos back, inevitably you will get a new part. They will boil it down to another part. I'll be honest with you. I've seen multiple individuals' comments throughout social media about Aniioki, or they sent in the wrong part or a broken part or the part that didn't fix the issue. I understand that happens. It happened to me, but that's not going to make me think negative of the company. Okay? It's not going to make me think negative of the company at all. So what I'm looking to do is simply communicate my issues with Aniioki. And you can do that in a very kind and generous way. You know, because you got to understand, although you may be a customer, if you come off too angry or too hostile, as a business owner myself, a business owner of 20 years, I don't want to deal with a customer that is very hostile. Okay, I will fix their issues, but I'm not going to deal with a customer that's very hostile and one that threatens me with their attorney. I've seen many emails where people have literally posted their emails on Facebook Aniioki group stating that they will get their attorney. That's the wrong thing to do. This is the thing that I suggest for those who become frustrated very easy and do not have the patience. Do not purchase a bike or an e-bike that is outside of the country. You should stick with bikes that are inside the country. That way, if you have a problem with your bike in the USA, you can simply take it to the vendor and have it fixed under warranty, no problem. But people with no patience and that are ready to throw Aniioki e-bikes underneath, the table without doing their due diligence, well, you are solely responsible for that. Okay? Now, when it comes to these e-bikes, I've already listen, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with my e-bike. Then I'm going to come back with the video soon as I'm up and about. I've been healing from a bike accident of an individual striking me in the bike lane. I was very, very hurt, in the hospital for 5 days, and I could have lost my life. My Aniioki A9 Pro Max dual motor 2025 that Aniioki sent me out got really, really messed up. Really, really messed up. And Aniioki, I reached out to them to tell them what's going on and so forth. And they were so gracious that they said, we're going to help you rebuild your bike. And we're going to send you all the parts free, no cost. I was like, what? I didn't even expect that. I was hoping they can make a deal with me so I can pay for a new bike. They said, no, we're going to rebuild your bike. And I said, wow. So I received the first item yesterday. And that was a rear cargo basket because the original one got bent up. Okay. The rear rack is also bent. Let's go over here and I'm going to show you folks exactly what's going on with the bike. Okay. So let's see if I can get over here in an easy way. Give me 1 second and I'm going to make my way over. You guys got to be patient with me. Okay. You got to be patient with me. All right. I'm going to get over here as best I can. Okay. So I'm going to have to turn the camera around. And hopefully you folks can see this. All right. So first and foremost, I want you to look very close. You can see that the reservoirs got chewed up here. Everything leaked out of both of them. You can see on the levers here, the levers are also, this one is cut off over here. They're no good. The headlight doesn't work. It got completely scratched, as you can see, and got damaged. The other things that have happened was the basket got bent, the rack is bent. The right pedal on the right side is completely bent. I don't know if the crank arm is bent. The chain and the derailleur got completely toasted. But here's the kicker. I got to show you folks this. I don't think anyone have ever seen something like this. Give me 1 second and hopefully I can show you from this point, this angle. Can you folks see this really quick? I'm going to show you really quick. Let me get back over here as best I can. I want you to focus on this area. And let me try to angle this over a little bit. I want you to focus. You see, the fork was completely snapped in half. Are you folks looking at this? You see this? It was completely snapped in half. Okay, so, and there's more damage to the bike that you guys can't see. So they're going to help me rebuild this bike back to what it was, because I don't know what else could be going on with the bike. So they've been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to me. Okay, so other than that, this is what I'm dealing with right now. Let me just come on around here again. And I appreciate you folks bearing with me. Give me 1 second. Stick with me, folks. Okay, stick with me. All right, there we go. Much better. So when you're dealing with an e-bike of any kind, you need to learn how to provide the maintenance on your e-bike. Just like having a vehicle. What's the point of having a vehicle if you don't know how to change your own oil? Maybe your own brakes. Maybe change out your own battery. Simple things. Well, an e-bike requires maintenance too. Just like a regular manual bike, you need to provide the necessary maintenance in order to make sure the bike is running at its optimal level. Okay? We can't complain about something going wrong when we're not able to source our parts and fix our parts. Here's another thing I got for many of you Aniioki e-bike owners. I've actually resourced a lot of the parts. I kid you not. I've actually resourced a lot of the parts, and I'm going to show you folks on a video coming up soon on where to order your parts when you have a problem, so you don't have to go through Aniioki and wait a week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on the part. You don't have to wait so long. I'm going to show you how to order your parts locally right here in the USA, or through a vendor off of eBay or Amazon. Those parts right there. And so I want you folks to stay tuned for later. Let me read some of the comments here and see if there's any comments in here. I'm going to start from the bottom. Company in the USA, but manufactured in China. Okay, that's not a question. Get those likes up. Check out TVs. You sound familiar. I think I remember you. Your profile looked familiar. But how are you? You sounds familiar. Christy. Shalom there, Sister Christy. How are you? Elder stated for people to be patient when contacting Aniioki. And if they can be patient and respectful, they may need to deal with an e-bike company in the USA. That is correct. That is exactly what I said. You know, we got to understand something. When we purchase bikes outside of the USA, any product outside of the USA, I'm simply talking about going to your computer and ordering a product that's coming from overseas. We have to take responsibility of anything that can happen with that. If you do that, make sure you use your credit card to order the product. If you use your credit card, there are many protections a credit card gives you that a regular bank account won't. That's another thing to consider. Okay? Okay, let's see. Shalom there, Joshua. Glad to see you here. Thanks for being here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Any other questions? Developing leaders. I have a 2025 A8 Pro Max dual motor. Great bike. 80 amp hour. Oh, you got the big battery with almost 200 miles on it. And I'm loving it so far. You got the big battery. We're talking about that battery will literally take you to San Francisco, from Sacramento to San Francisco, which is about 85 to 93 miles. So you have the big boy. Here's what I love about these e-bikes. And I'm going to give you folks something to think about. If you have an Aniioki e-bike, okay, there's a plug that you can purchase from Amazon. I'll do a video on this plug. The plug costs about, I think it's $40. You can take that plug and go to a specified EV station that charges electric vehicles. Plug it in and you can charge your own e-bike right there. So that's the great thing about having an e-bike. Not only cars can, electric cars can charge themselves up, but you can use that same charger with the adapter to charge up your e-bike if you are using it to commute, or you want to go on a long day ride, or maybe a week's expedition, e-bike expedition. If you want to go on a week's ride somewhere, you know that you can get charged up somewhere. That's the beautiful thing about it. Always take your charger and your cord with you. So wherever you are, you can always charge your e-bike up somewhere. Okay? I wanted to make sure I make that clear to some of you, okay? Okay, let's see. Any more questions? 80 ampere is big battery size. Wow. Yes, it's a big battery size. Absolutely. Joshua Graham, you inspired me to build my own e-bike with a Baofeng mid-drive motor. There you go. You know, the Baofeng mid-drive motor is a good motor. Many years ago, the Baofeng wasn't as into the mid-drive e-bike game as a lot of the other ones were. I had one on the e-bike I had. It was everybody used to sit on my old YouTube channel. It was called the Spicy Curie electric cargo bike made by Yuba Mundo. It was a mid-drive motor, and this was good about mid-drive motors. Mid-drive motors are great when it goes to going up hills. They are great in cities that have elevation. They're really great. Geared hub motors, they're not too good about going up hills unless you're messing with something like 2 hub motors, one in front, one in back, or you're messing with a 3,000 watt rear hub motor. You know, there's a lot of aftermarket where you can change out the motors on your e-bike. One of the things I want to inform many of you about is when it comes to e-bikes, if you've had your e-bike and let's say your warranty is gone and a couple of years pass by, 5 years pass by, and now your motors are no longer working, do not throw your e-bikes away, people. If your warranty is gone and you've had your bike for years and now it's time to look at the motors, don't throw your motors away. I mean, your e-bikes away. You can go through aftermarket companies that make really, really good direct drive motors, and you can rebuild your bike. A change of wheels, whenever you change your motor, you're gonna have to change your controller, and you're also gonna have to change your headset. That's your display, because all of those gotta communicate with one another. So just remember that, but don't throw your bike away. Take care of your bikes, keep them clean and looking good. If you're someone as old as me, you're not gonna be going off trails and doing jumps and all that sort of stuff. So keep your bike looking fresh and good, okay? All right, right on, Joshua. I appreciate that. Let's see. Give me 1 second. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So let's see. So everything part is can be rebuilt. Oh yeah, well, not so much rebuilt, just replaced. So not so much rebuilt, it can be replaced. Swap out the motor for another motor. Okay, you can swap out your spokes and say, I don't want to deal with spokes anymore. I want to go with the what do you call it? It's non-spoke bike. There's many things you can do. Many things you can do. Okay, so other than that, people, my encouragement to you is that you need to also understand bike safety. When it comes to bike safety, there's multiple types of helmets out there. If you're riding a regular bike, whether it's a cargo bike, a urban commuter, a road bike, a mountain bike, and you're going less than 28 miles an hour, then most helmets will work for you. If your bike or e-bike goes up to 28 miles an hour, then you need to make sure you purchase a helmet that's specifically made for e-bikes. Specifically made for e-bikes. Here's one here, made by a company called Unit 1. This helmet has a lot of technology in it. It has MIPS that protects your brain from further trauma if you have an accident or a fall or a bang. It also has what's built in here is it will notify anyone in your family that you have in the contacts. It has a download app that downloads to your phone. So if you have an accident and after so much time, it'll notify your wife, your husband, your children, your neighbor, the police, 911. It's really up to you. The other thing I love about this helmet, it has built-in lighting. There's a light, and on the back is a light. Right here is the power, and right here is the USB to charge the battery that's within this helmet. Let me show you what this looks like. First and foremost, I am going to put this helmet on my head. Okay. There we are. Now, the helmet fits really, really nice. It doesn't sit high up on the head. It snugs all around the sides. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a full face helmet. If you're going to wear a full face helmet, those helmets more tailored to bikes that go faster than 28 miles an hour. And yes, I do have bikes that go faster than 28 miles an hour. And I do have full face helmets because I also own a Honda XR600. So we're talking about big bike now, not an e-bike, a gas bike. So we have to remember that for someone like me, I sweat a lot. I mean, I got a fan, I kid you not, right here in my face, right here, because I would be sitting here pouring and drenching right in my garage. Okay, so I'm not going to wear a full face helmet on every bike that I ride. I'm going to only wear that helmet when it comes to me being on a motorcycle. Okay, I love my adventure bike, and my adventure bike is a big boy, just brand new, and I wanted to make sure I get something for me and my wife. She has one too. We'll show you those coming up. All right, but this helmet here, I'm gonna push this button right here and back. I'm gonna first show you the light that comes on the here. You folks see that light? Let's see, hopefully it came on. And here's the white light. So you have the white light, you have the red light, sort of look like, what is that movie used to be on TV in the 80s? Where the little car, the black car, the Trans Am, it used to talk to the driver. I can't remember that show, but if some of you are my age, you know that show I'm talking about. Knight Rider, wasn't it right? Knight Rider? So yeah. Now, other than that, you can program from your phone. Once you download the app and connect, you can change the lighting to different lightings and different flickers. So you can do that, okay? And that's what I love about it. It's a great helmet, and I'm looking forward to utilizing this particular helmet. In the meantime, folks, Both the helmet is cool and the bike. Yeah, you notice that the helmet is the same color as my bike. I'm a big fan of green. I love army green. I love most all greens except for light green. I leave that to other hobbies. But I'm a big fan of green because I'm an individual that likes to be sort of as stealth as possible. Now, when I'm on the street, green can sort of blend in with the trees. And so some cars may not see you. So I tend to wear my yellow vest. I tend to wear a yellow fluorescent vest so vehicles can see me. Okay? Unphone pairing. That's right. Knight Rider, Christy. Somebody said RoboCop. Using that helmet is only for e-bikes. This helmet here is for regular bikes and e-bikes that go up to 28 miles an hour. In other words, it's only suitable for class 1 and class 2 e-bikes. If you have an e-bike that goes much faster, I do have e-bikes that go faster, I still can ride the helmet provided I don't go faster than 28 miles an hour. So what I tend to do, if I wear that helmet and ride one of my faster e-bikes, I will make sure that I only go up to level 2, pedal assist 2. That way I can only go as fast as 28 miles an hour. Because when I'm locally around here, I'm not looking to go fast. There's no reason for that. Green, yellow, and red like a Rastafarian. So other than that, I wanted to just, point those things out. I'm going to quickly, I wanted to talk about a few other things, but I don't think you folks are ready for this. And this was more so about an emergency setup. But we can talk about that another time. That way I don't get away from what the message is. The message is about e-bike safety and wearing the appropriate helmet. Listen, you folks take care of yourselves, and thank you all for being here. I really appreciate each and every last one of you. If you have any questions in regards to Aniioki or any other products that I talked about, or you just have any questions generally about any e-bike you own, go ahead and reach out to me. I appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, you folks have made my day. Shalom.